Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the start of round 2. We lost the die roll. I think this hand seems fine. Yeah. Probably, it would be a lot better if we had one of our 2-mana enablers, but it's definitely a keep. Alright. A swamp. Okay, so we're going to start with this canal because we want to first play one of these. I think there's some debate to playing the pool first, but no, it doesn't seem right because we can just go get black with the push. Now if we top deck a land, we can leave open Metallic Reboot. Oh, this must be, yep, tokens. This deck's gaining a lot of popularity. I know Seth did a video about this deck, and I think it's very good. All right, so we can go get a swamp to enable Fatal Push, or we can just play Fetid Pools and say go, and then have push mana open. I don't like that as much. Yeah, actually, okay, we'll give this a shot. So if we get a swamp, it enables us to play this next turn and Thopterist. Okay, so we'll go like this. Cast this. And this sets up. I guess we can't cast that next turn. And maybe I was just supposed to play Fetid Pools there and play the second map. That's close. Okay, so I think we just gotta let that happen. Okay, he's constrained on mana though, so that's not too bad for us. Okay, so just gonna play Fetid Pool and pass here with Reboot and push open. That seems pretty good. All right. Landing. Yeah, that starts enabling his engine here. I think this is something we have to care about because you can just sacrifice it and get that token engine going. Especially if he's constrained on mana and he like has to choose between sacking his priest here and kind of losing out on that combo. I think we just for sure have to rebuke this. Yep, that's probably just going to warn him just to attack and pass. Oh, okay. So, we can do a pretty cute play here. We can get the Maverick going. Tap these, and with the tokens have Rebuke open. That seems saucy. Alright. Now what we really want here is a Herald pretty soon. We're going to end up cycling this Fetid Pools because we're pretty set on mana. But a Herald would just break this matchup open. They really don't have many ways to deal with that card in game 1. Okay, a second hidden stockpile. It starts to get a little gross. Because then he actually starts gaining tokens. So I think we gotta counter that as well. Okay. And this is the beginning of his end step, so Fatal pushing it during our turn is actually pretty nice. I think that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to start thinning out our library a little bit here. Alright, we're going to get the Harvester out. Now we have the option to cycle fetid pools here. And I think we're just going to kill this right now. Kind of leaves us with nothing real here, but... because he has to take a turn to set up his combo here before it actually starts getting going. So I think putting him on the back foot is pretty good. Okay, we really like that Herald now. Yep, he's just going to sack it. Maybe not. That's close. I think he should be sacking to get the engine going, but... okay, since they both cycle, we might as well play the one that progresses our board. That's gross. See, now we want to cycle, but we want to leave open double black just in case we get Herald. And you might think we want to leave open red in case we get Maverick, but we actually have enough artifacts where we can funnel one of our mana through this to make red and then still tap and play it. So I think it is best to tap this. Herald would be amazing. Kingpin, not terrible. So we're going to play this. To crew this out. Alright, now we're off to the races. No point in attacking with this, obviously. Gonna give it lifelink. The only thing he could have is Fatal Push, so our Harvester will not die. He's opting to take down that Kingpin. It's probably a good play. Sacred Cat's actually pretty good right there. So he's going to be goofing around on the ground a lot here, but it's not going to matter that much because we do have 5 points of damage in the air here. But that Priest is really going to get annoying if he gets a land to embalm here. Inventor's Fair. So we can go get, and we can't get that sorcery card. The sorcerer's to, yeah, that should probably be a one-of just for that reason. All right, we're gonna sacrifice it, see what we got. I think we're just going to get a Prism. We want to see more cards. That's a good one. So we're going to crew with this because we want this for a blocker. Otherwise, it's just neutralizing that one extra point of damage we would get. And then it doesn't let him attack back. So we're going to do this. Hit some lifelink. So the Scarab God is good at taking away his embalmed creatures. But that is one interaction that you would think that you can do it with Embalm on the stack and still get the creature. But that's not how Embalm works. It exiles it first. So they still get the priest. Still good though. Yeah, he had a choice there. He chose to scry during upkeep, but I think it would have been an equally good play to just draw and see if you could just embalm the priest. Okay. So another land, which is unfortunate. We're going to attack first. This time we're going to do this because we're going to be blocking with the Scarab God himself. So this puts him on a 2-turn clock unless he does something. Okay. So as far as targets, we don't really have very many good targets here. We have a Contraband Kingpin or that Priest, which is more than likely going to be brought back. But we can still just get in with the Scarab God here. It's pretty good. Okay. So he gains a little life. Nothing we're too concerned about here. Okay, so I do think we're going to want to do this during upkeep. We're gonna get our only target, and I'm gonna sacrifice this to thin out the deck and activate again if need be. So, ooh, I don't see how this could be bad. Yeah, that seems very good. Okay. So now we're going to want to attack first. Because if he does decide to block with this Anointed Priest, we can just take it right away. If we play this first and choose to kill the token Anointed Priest, that's another option here. But I think we're just going to give him the opportunity to maybe make a mistake here. So we're going to crew with the Thopterist here. There's some reason to attack and hope that he would block and kill the Thopterist, but we also want to hold this back to protect Tezzeret. Okay, get in with everything. So one card he could have is like Fumigate. I suppose that would be pretty good against us. But I don't think we worry too much about it because we'll have a Harvester left over. Yeah, and we'll get the Scarab God back, so that's actually no problem. Alright, so we're going to kill this so we can't get crazy. Sego, and yeah, it doesn't really seem like there's an out for him here. Got him pretty locked down on all cylinders. Oh, I had the Fumigate. As long as I remember to hit OK. Oh, it does it for you. Okay, even better. Alright. If that was an untapped land, well, we can... Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, we're going to go like this. Cast the Scarab God. Now... I think we're going to take his Anointer Priest here, just so he doesn't have the opportunity to do it. Blue. Take that Priest. Start gaining our life. Very important. All right, tap this down. Yeah, the Fumigate I mean, it was good. It's what he needed to stay alive, but it's just not going to get him out of the mess with the Scarab God. Even without the Scarab God, I still wouldn't be in the worst shape with Tezzeret and the Harvester back. Okay. Alright, so now this deck really fuels on Hidden Stockpile, so I think this is actually pretty good. Our negates here are pretty good as well, so they haven't really shut down Fumigate. Fatal Push, surprisingly, is pretty terrible. Yeah, Tezzeret's not very good either here. Maybe we just try to get aggressive on him here. I think when we're on the play, if this goes to a game 3, I think that's going to be our plan. Herald's still great. I think these cards are pretty locked in on almost every match here. But a couple negates here I don't think is bad. Basically everything is a non-creature in his deck. Non-creatures that supply creatures, ironically enough. I think we actually want to get rid of Kingpin. He's very likely to take out his Fatal Pushes, but if he keeps them in, giving him basically the only target at it, I think seems not the best here. Two more cards. I don't think P is very great. It's really good against like mono red or other really aggressive decks, but doesn't really shine here. Harvester isn't great either. And he is very likely to be taking out his Fatal Pushes, but this is going to just get eaten by Fumigates too, so I don't think it's what we want to be doing. We'll give this a shot. Okay, so I think this is a great hand here. Give this a shot. All right. Guy trying to get some advice. I'm always down to help out a fellow Magic player. All right. So I think this hand's pretty good. We definitely need a land. Okay. So I think our big negate turn is on their turn 4. I think that's very important. I think negates on the draw are good, but I think those Tezzeret's touch on the play are going to be very good. That was huge. Okay, so we're going to get this puzzle knot into play. Kind of the step 1 of this deck. Just always need that 2-mana artifact. Esper. Interesting. Do we side into a God's Pharaoh's Gift deck, or? I guess that is pretty good with all the Embalm cards. Okay, so we get to do a pretty nice play here. Get to play this with counter backup. Really want that land to stick Tezzeret in here and kind of gain control of this game. Yep, that's okay. So he's down to 2 cards, so not fearing too much here. Okay. So this online, get to start gaining some incremental life. Okay, so that was huge. Now what we can do, we can Tezzeret, and we can tick up and still have Metallic Reboot, which I think seems just like a super powerful play right now. There is also some warrant to playing around Negate by casting Herald. It's like he really can't do much against a Herald right now. This is a close one. Because we're giving up our counter magic if we cast Herald, but the card is just too powerful. Especially if he has a card like Negate. Getting the Herald on board so he slowly discards and then sticking our spells that matter, I think that is more important here. So yeah, we're going to do that. And we're going to leave a swamp open. Or a drowned catacombs, I should say. Oh. Yeah, we need double black. So we'll leave the Spire of Industry open. Okay. Get that beautiful trigger of discard a card on the stack. Treasure Map is an interesting one. It's very good when it flips to trigger Revolt for him. Just sack a clue, essentially, draw a card, and then turns on his hidden stockpiles. Very important. Alright, so we got a Fumigate. Yep, and not much we can do about that. But he is handless here. Not too worried. Okay, well, that's pretty good. So for now, I'll just do this, tick up. Now we have counter backup in the form of Reboot. Okay, put that on the bottom. Alright, a priest. So we do have the option to counter this. All he's going to do is get back Sacred Cat. I don't think this is a big deal. I mean, we could Fatal Push it. But, yeah, I don't think we care about this. This is such a low ball game right now. I think we can just really finish him off with the emblem here. Just try to hold on. Yeah, we have all the counter magic in the world. Definitely not going to kill anything. 7. Okay. So we do have a problem that we can't herald with counter backup. But we can herald with Fatal Push backup. It's risky, so we have a choice here to keep counter magic up and say go. The only problem with that is he attacks Tezzeret for 2, which is exactly what we're not trying to do. But if we cast Herald and he deals with it, then he can attack Tezzeret, and I'm just kind of behind. But he has to draw an answer, so I think it's correct to just do this. Because mostly his answer is Fumigate, which is not a big deal. Because it still wipes out his stuff, and eventually I'll just emblem here with the Tezzeret. He does get to get his treasure map going. So he can cast Champion, but I think that just leaves him dead to Tezzeret emblem. Okay, so he put a card on the bottom. He probably doesn't know what he's looking for as much as I know what he needs to get back into this game. Yep. Looks like we're going to see an attack here. And I will be wasting a Fatal Push on one of those. Okay, we're gonna block this and kill this. It's 1 life. If we did it the other way around, he'd get his lifelink. Okay. So now we're pressuring him from 2 different ways. Kept a card in hand. Yeah, untapping with 3 counter spells and an emblem on Tezzeret feels pretty good right now. Alright, we'll cast this. Not gonna cast that. Yep, we're just gonna emblem. And just leave counter magic open for the rest of the game, and I don't think there's a way we can lose. He's gonna get to draw extra cards than me, but I don't think that's that big of a deal. So I actually have double counter spell open. Let's see what he was holding. It's gotta be a counter spell. Yep, nothing else made sense there. You always draw in a gate right after you need to use it. Okay. We drew something. The Scarab God. Well, that's pretty good. Just gonna rebuke that. See if he's willing to sacrifice 2 treasures. I think he has to be. Now it comes down to, I think we just rebuke this again. Like, that's probably the only way we lose. He literally can only hit Herald, and it's smaller. But it just blocks my 5/5? Yeah, whatever. We'll counter. We're just going to be so far ahead now. Alright. Untap. Gain our life. It's pretty good. Would have immediately drawn the answer for the Scarab God. Well, let's go to combat. Get that prison going. Okay, now, I mean, his only out is Fumigate, but we obviously have the Negate locked down here. Still throw this into play. Yeah, this should be a concede turn. All right. So that's 2-0 so far. deck really is very good.